Alright, g'day again. Okay, we've got a couple of issues here with the ST that trying to solve cheaply. One is the latches. This is the two latches that came off my top box. The ones on the panniers, the two panniers seem to appear to be okay, or from memory. I don't think there's a problem with that. But the top box one, one is missing the whole outer piece, and this other one's jamming up anyway. See, it's got those little dog bone pieces. One of them's come off the pin. That could probably, I mean, if I tried hard enough, I could probably get that back onto the pin. But, then I've still only got one that works. I think it'd be pretty difficult to try and make that out of piece. You can get these new, and you can also get aftermarket copy type ones, but they're up around $70 mark, and then you got postage on top of that. So you'd be looking for two of them, 140 plus postage, depending on where they're coming from. You could pay up to $50 postage. If they're coming from overseas, and I just don't have that sort of money to spare. I've got other expenses on this bike and other expenses on my other cars that have to be dealt with, so that's not going to happen. However, I did look around. I was looking through the hardware store today, that being Bunnings. We're in Australia, and I bought two of these for $9 each. And these are suitcase locks, key locks, and because they're not, they're cheap ass made in China thing, and what you get with Chinese stuff is the chrome is rubbish, like. That's the issue we're going to have, is that, this will, rust out in no time flat. Even though, like, I kept the bike in the garage, it'll still rust out, not where I live in a coastal, well, not that far from the coast. And, so I was thinking I could give it a coat of lacquer. That'd probably help it. I've got some 2-pack lacquer left over from this painting of the bike. So if I spray it with that, that might help stop it going rusty. The other issue is they provide you with these pins. If anybody is old enough to remember the old suitcases you used to carry to school, they come loose. They don't. These pins don't hold that well, and they're not long enough anyway to go through the boxes. And that in itself is an issue. See that? I've got the bottom half of the top box here. I painted this with that metallic-y, it's called cast iron, the colour, and I couldn't actually get any more of the colour. Like, I painted the wheel, that was with an exhaust paint, VHT, and when I went back I couldn't get any more of it, and so I went and looked around, and I found a Rust-Oleum product with the same colour, and being Rust-Oleum, it's a good thing in that I don't have to use a plastic primer. The rustling paint will go straight over the top of plastic, no problem. But yeah, as I said, there's you got room there for bolts. I'm going to get some bolts to put them on. So the main part of the latch is not an issue, but when it comes to the top box is different to the side saddle. The saddlebags, the actual catch part on the saddlebag unbolts. On the top part it doesn't. It's part of the, it's plastic, it's part of the actual lid. So yeah, if I put these cheap latches on, I've actually got to grind that off, cut that off. And of course it's a little bit wider than the latch I'll put it on, which means some of that will be visible. So I might have to paint just that little square in there black or something. As I said, once I cut it off too, I can't use, I can no longer use the original latch. But that's the other option I've got too, is so thinking you'd need something under this, like a rubber gasket, or you need something, because it'll dig into the paint and it'll move and whatever. I've got some of this stuff. I bought this as a self-adhesive sort of foam rubber. I bought that for a different purpose. That's for the, shall I show you that? Two sort of all over the place here. This is the rack that the top box clips onto, and that had like clear plastic here and here where it clips on, just to, so it's not scratching the paint off it all the time. But yeah, so I bought some of that plastic strip, but I think instead of putting it on here, because that'll look daggy, if you take the top box off, right around without it, it's going to look daggy. So I think I'll put that strip inside the actual catches, and hope that it's thin enough and it squashes enough so it still works. Anyway, back to the point I was making. Sorry, I'm all over the place here, but yeah, I could put a strip of that on. Oh, this is the back, because the white's the backing. So that's sort of, I could put the rubber strip, in there. Just fill that whole area in. That'd cover where I've ground the things off. And the issue you get with this foam rubber is it collects dirt. It'll get dirty and then you can't sort of wash it off. It doesn't come clean when you try to wash it. I've had this issue with foam rubber before. It absorbs dirt. So I suppose what I could actually do, I was going to spray clear on it. I could put the latch on first, then mask up around it, spray the clear, then the clear would soak into this rubber, stop it absorbing dirt, because as I said there, I thought there'll be like sort of that much of the rubber showing. So yeah, that's probably a good idea. Because I'm going to have to get some little screws, hopefully stainless. I do have stainless nylocks, but they're in about I think that's about a 3mm. which don't quite fit in the holes. I'd have to drill the holes out. That in itself could be an issue too, because this hole here is through the centre of a rivet. If I drill it out, yeah, that might actually fall to pieces. In case you haven't figured out, I'm thinking aloud here. I'm still contemplating how I'm going to go about it. I suppose a better idea is to go in and see if I can get an actual stainless steel nut and screw that will fit in there. Because, as I said, I got stainless steel nylocks, but I don't have stainless steel screws. Yeah, because they're visible, you want them to look tidy. Whether I can get nylocks in a smaller, I suppose that doesn't really matter anyway. There are ways to stop things from coming undone. You put a bit of Loctite on the nut before you do it up. The other thing you can do, if you don't want it to ever come off, is after you've bolted it all together and tightened it up, you run a bit of epoxy around the top of the thread, like a bit of araldite or JB Weld or whatever it is you got handy. So, but yeah, as I said, it's no drama in the box itself, but in the lid. See, is another issue with the lid. Look at the thickness. This is a two-piece. It's got an inner and an outer, and they're moulded together. Heat moulded. They don't separate. There is one thing, like you wouldn't try just putting self-tappers. I don't think self-tappers would stay there very long. But there is a bit of a gap in here where this rubber goes. So that may well be enough for the screw and the nut. It'd mean you'd have to cut a chunk out of the rubber. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, so I've got a little bit of figuring out to do. As I said, there's no way I can afford $150 for latches. I've got other expenses with this bike. So yeah, $9 each. That's what I'm going to go with. So yeah, I'll be finding some way of fitting them on. So they are a key lock. So they look neat as long as it doesn't go rusty. So as I said, and knowing other things that I've bought, chrome things and made in China, especially by this mob, is as cheap shit as you can get. Zenith products. You don't trust their screws. If you're using screws and stuff, just avoid Zenith. They're just rubbish. Chew up, break. Right, here's the other issue we've got. We've got a broken mirror. And this is already in a replacement. And this was, it got broken soon after I bought it. And I did manage to get a second-hand one, but that was just sort of pure luck, because I've been looking since, and there just isn't any available second-hand. And the reason being is that the bike's heavy. It falls off the stand and smashes the mirror. So all the second-hand ones have been snapped up, or there wasn't any to begin with, so bit of a story with this. As I said, I replaced it, and I had it sitting in the shed, and sat there for quite a while, and like on the bike, and next time I pull the bike out of the shed, the mirror's broken. So I suspect that my son actually tried to move the bike, didn't realise how heavy a thing is, and because he's never going to own up to it. But anyway, getting to the point. So, this is, I think the cheapest I can get to about 125 new, but again, that's plus postage, and it's not a lightweight thing, so you'd like, even in Australia, you'd be looking $30 postage. So, we're up around $150 again. So, yeah. Anyway, and as you can see, I picked the broken glass out of there. And I thought, well, I'll go into a glass shop and see if they can just cut me a mirror, and which they can. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a price because the actual salesman bloke wasn't there at the time. It was just one of the workers who couldn't give me a price on it, but I can't imagine it'd be much. It's a small bit of mirror, $10, $20 or something. But the issue we got is the thing is curved. Look at the curve in that. So you're not going to get a standard glass mirror in there. You're going to break it trying to get in. So I'm contemplating now whether I can actually get the heat gun onto that and get it hot enough to straighten it out so it's flat. And this is what I'm planning to do. However, there is another possibility. When I was in this glass shop, inquiring about the mirror, they had a mirror behind the desk, which was obviously like a two-way mirror, because you could sort of almost see behind it, but not quite. And this place also does tint. And I didn't think about it until after I'd left, but that two-way mirror is probably just tint on a standard bit of glass. And so I'm wondering, like, if you put that tint on something non-glass, like on a bit of tin or alloy or something, whether it would, be close enough to a mirror to get away with using it as a mirror. So if that's the case, you get a bit of that tint for they probably just give it to you. They got an off-cut because it's or it'd be bugger all if you did buy it, just a tiny bit of tint. But yeah, you could curve a bit of tin and put in there. So yeah, I won't go trying to straighten that just yet, because it's convex, concave, I think. It's that way for a reason. It's sort of, it's like a wide angle lens on your camera. It broadens your view, widens your view. That's the reason why it's curved like that. It's not just done for no reason. So yeah, I'll go back in there tomorrow, because I still got to get price on a bit of glass anyway, glass mirror bit. Yeah, because so you see tint on car side windows, which is almost like a mirror. I've seen it. You don't see it that often, but I have seen it. So yeah, that could be a cheaper and much easier option, as if I can just cover a bit of metal or something with tint. But yeah, as well as with most things, if you try hard enough, there is another solution if you look hard enough. So anyway, I suppose I've rambled on enough without actually coming to a conclusion of a solution for anything. Thanks for watching, and hit the like, and if you want to see what I actually come up with eventually, you'll have to tune in a few days' time. So what's it today? It's Tuesday night, so by the end of the week I'll have something figured out, and have something done, finished. So, yeah, if you want to see what happened, tune in later in the week. Okay, bye.